Why are you always like this to my mom?
I'm always
He's
drumming.
a drummer.
I said I'm gonna use your mom as a drum one day, and I'm gonna record it.
He's gonna record it. You're gonna use her butt?
Actually, that's what I thought would make the loudest.
Some love stories are written by people. Others are written by the universe itself. When Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker first came together, it didn't just feel like another celebrity romance. It felt cosmic, and a collision of energy so magnetic, it almost seemed planned by something far greater than them. Before the headlines, before the wedding, before the tattoos and the vows, there was a connection that defied logic. Even people closest to them could feel it. That spark, that stillness, that pull. They've always had chemistry, a close friend once said, but it wasn't the right time, until it suddenly was. That's how the universe works. It doesn't rush, it waits. And when it's ready, it brings two souls together at the exact moment they're meant to collide.
Why don't you show the little matcha station?
One of my favorite things is like this matcha station over here, where I have everything. Cinnamon, I have nutmeg, I have cacao. You know, I can heat up tea really quick.
Both Kourtney and Travis had been through it all. Heartbreak, fame, family chaos, and years of searching for peace. They weren't looking for love when they found it, they were healing. And that's exactly when destiny showed up. Their friendship, built quietly over years of neighborly connection and mutual respect, suddenly evolved into something deeper, something electric, something faded. It was like the universe flipped a switch. One insider said, they went from friends to soulmates almost overnight.
Hi, baby.
Brought you this.
Thank you. What is it?
It's your latte drink. How much will hot?
We're talking about Australia.
Oh, yes.
She said, are you a romantic? I know Travis is a romantic, but are you? And I said,
think
yes.
I brought it out in her.
Yes.
Astrologers noticed something strange. The timing of their union aligned perfectly with rare cosmic transits, planetary movements that symbolize rebirth and transformation. When they went public in early 2021, Venus, the planet of love, was forming a rare aspect with Pluto, the planet of passion and power. In astrology, that combination means one thing: a love that changes everything. Kourtney's Aries energy met Travis's Scorpio depth, and together they created a balance that felt explosive yet grounding. The kind of bond that isn't just emotional, it's energetic. This wasn't random, this was written. Their connection didn't start the moment they kissed, it started long before, hidden in their birth charts, waiting for the universe to press go. Sometimes love doesn't arrive when you want it to, it arrives when you finally learned who you are, so you can love the other person completely. That's what happened with Kourtney and Travis. After years of failed relationships, emotional lessons, and personal growth, both were finally vibrating at the same frequency. And when they met again, the universe didn't whisper, it shouted. Their timing wasn't coincidence, it was alignment. And what came next, the stars had already predicted it all. When it comes to astrology, there are some pairings that feel like fire meeting gasoline. Dangerous, powerful, impossible to ignore. Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker are exactly that. Kourtney, born under the sign of Aries, carries the energy of the warrior. Bold, independent, and unafraid to chase what feels right. Travis, a Scorpio, embodies intensity, loyalty, and emotional depth. He doesn't just love, he consumes. And when these two signs meet, it's not casual, it's cosmic combustion. It's passion, power, and vulnerability all rolled into one. An astrologer once said about Aries-Scorpio relationships, it's the kind of love that transforms both people, for better or worse. At first glance, Aries and Scorpio couldn't be more different. Aries is ruled by Mars, the planet of action, aggression, and desire, pure fire. Scorpio, meanwhile, is ruled by Pluto, and traditionally Mars too, representing rebirth, transformation, and emotional intensity, deep, still water. Together, they create what astrologers call a magnetic polarity. Fire and water shouldn't work, but when they do, they create steam, the kind that rises, dances, and never stays still. That's why Kourtney and Travis's love doesn't look calm. It looks alive. It looks like heat meeting depth. She brings the spark, one source close to them said. He brings the devotion. Together, they bring the fire that never burns out. The Aries-Scorpio connection isn't just about romance. It's about evolution. Both signs crave control, but in completely different ways. Kourtney wants independence. She leads, decides, and protects her space. Travis wants intensity. He dives deep, bonds fully, and commits with everything he has. Sometimes that chemistry creates friction. They're both dominant energies, both fixed on their truth. But what others might call conflict, they call connection. They fight hard, but they love harder, said another insider. Their passion scares people, but for them, it's home. The real reason Aries and Scorpio connect so deeply is because they see through each other. There's no pretending, no surface talk, no small emotions. Kourtney sees Travis's sensitivity behind his tattoos and silence. Travis sees Kourtney's fire beneath her calm exterior. They challenge each other to feel more, risk more, live more. It's raw, one friend said. They don't perform their love, they live it. And that's why it feels so real. In astrology, Aries and Scorpio are known as the warriors of the Zodiac. They both fight, but not against each other. They fight for love, for loyalty, for something sacred that only the two of them understand. Their connection isn't about perfection, it's about power. And the stars knew exactly what they were doing when they brought these two together. Astrology isn't just about sun signs, it's about synastry, the map of how two souls interact on a cosmic level. When astrologers placed Kourtney Kardashian's and Travis Barker's birth charts side by side, what they found was more than compatibility. It was destiny coded in stars. Every line, every planet, every connection told the same story. These two weren't random lovers, they were mirrors. Kourtney's moon in Capricorn gives her structure, discipline, and control over her emotions. She doesn't open up easily, she builds trust brick by brick. Travis's moon in Pisces, on the other hand, is pure emotion, empathetic, poetic, vulnerable. When you blend Capricorn stability with Pisces sensitivity, something powerful happens. Travis softens Kourtney's walls. Kourtney gives Travis grounding. It's yin and yang, emotion meeting control, vulnerability meeting protection. They complete each other emotionally, one astrologer explained. She teaches him strength. He teaches her softness. That balance is what makes their connection last. It's not just passion, it's peace within the fire. When it comes to love and attraction, Venus and Mars tell the story. And Kourtney and Travis's charts read like a love song. Kourtney's Venus in Pisces makes her deeply romantic, spiritual, and idealistic in love. She doesn't want casual affection, she wants a soul bond. Travis's Mars in Cancer gives him nurturing, emotional devotion. He doesn't chase lust, he chases safety. Together, Venus in Pisces and Mars in Cancer form a water trine, one of the most harmonious connections in astrology. It represents unconditional love, emotional trust, and physical comfort. They're drawn to each other like tide to shore, said an astrologer familiar with their charts. Their intimacy feels like home. That's why their connection doesn't burn out, it deepens. Every kiss, every tattoo, every look is another layer of that cosmic link. Kourtney's rising sign in Libra gives her that graceful, magnetic presence, poised, elegant, balanced. Travis's rising sign in Sagittarius radiates intensity, adventure, and freedom. When Libra's harmony meets Sagittarius's passion, you get a couple that balances calm with chaos, beauty with edge. They reflect what astrologers call complementary chaos, the kind of pairing that shouldn't work on paper but does in real life because the energy never gets stale. They inspire each other to evolve, an astrologer noted. She brings peace to his fire, he brings fire to her peace. When all these placements combine, Capricorn Moon, Pisces Venus, Cancer Mars, Libra, and Sagittarius rising, the picture becomes clear. Their relationship isn't ordinary, and it's not built on image or timing. It's built on alignment. They were born under energies that both challenge and heal each other, the kind of compatibility that transforms both souls. This is the astrology of a power couple, said one expert. It's not just attraction, it's evolution. Every planet points to the same truth. They didn't just fall in love. They remembered each other. When astrologers looked beyond Kourtney Kardashian's and Travis Barker's basic compatibility, they started seeing signs of a deeper link, one that feels older than this lifetime. Their lunar nodes, the points in a chart that describe karmic lessons and past life energy, line up in ways that almost always indicate unfinished business between two souls. Kourtney's South Node connects to Travis's personal planets, meaning she instinctively recognizes him. He feels safe and known from the very first moment. Travis's North Node touches Kourtney's Moon and Venus, showing that his soul came into this life to learn from her love, her steadiness, her sense of presence. This isn't a new story, one astrologer said. It's a reunion. People often describe their connection as immediate. No awkward beginnings, no hesitation. That's the hallmark of karmic familiarity. In another time, they might have been creative partners, lovers, or even allies bound by a promise that was never fulfilled. Now, in this lifetime, the universe has given them the chance to finish what they started. Their chart suggests a pattern of teacher and healer. Kourtney grounds Travis, helping him trust stability after lifetimes of chaos. Travis awakens Kourtney's emotional depth, pushing her to feel more openly than she ever has before. In astrology, Saturn represents lessons that repeat until mastered. In their chart, Saturn aspects show commitment, duty, and endurance. Not easy energy, but lasting. Where most Hollywood couples fade under pressure, their bond strengthens because Saturn doesn't offer comfort. It offers growth. They're here to learn unconditional trust, another astrologer noted. It's not smooth, but it's sacred. The year they officially came together coincided with major transits, activating both of their lunar nodes, a textbook moment for karmic activation. Astrologers call it the fated meeting window, when the universe reopens a contract between two souls who still have work to do together. That's why their love feels so urgent, so public, so unstoppable. It isn't just emotion, it's momentum that's been building for lifetimes. Every chart angle, every planetary link, every echo of Saturn and the nodes tells the same story. Kourtney and Travis didn't meet by accident. They found each other again because the universe decided their story wasn't finished. Some couples start new chapters. They came back to complete an old one. Every cosmic connection has two sides, light and shadow. And when Kourtney Kardashian's Aries fire meets Travis Barker's Scorpio intensity, that passion that binds them can also burn them. What the stars give in chemistry, they test and control. Both Aries and Scorpio are ruled by Mars, the planet of action, desire, and power. When two people share Mars energy, everything feels amplified. Love, attraction, and emotion, but also anger, pride, and ego. That's why Kourtney and Travis's relationship looks electric. One moment, it's pure devotion, matching tattoos, handwritten notes, constant affection. The next, it's withdrawal, silence, space, fire turned to smoke. They're both intense, just in different ways, an astrologer explained. Kourtney explodes and moves on. Travis goes quiet and broods. This Mars dynamic makes them magnetic, but also combustible. Scorpio energy wants depth, possession, and full emotional transparency. Aries energy wants independence, freedom, and the right to move without permission. So while Travis wants to merge completely, Kourtney sometimes pulls back to breathe. To her, love means autonomy. To him, love means unity. Their lesson is learning that closeness doesn't have to mean control, a chart analyst said, and independence doesn't have to mean distance. If they can find that balance, the same energy that could destroy them will make them unbreakable. When things get heavy, their elements, fire and water, react dramatically. Kourtney's Aries nature reacts fast. She burns out anger as quickly as she feels it. Travis's Scorpio nature holds everything inside, letting it simmer until it becomes thunder. It's not malice, it's difference, but it's the kind of difference that demands awareness. They're learning how to fight without wounding, said one astrologer, because in karmic love, words echo louder. That's why both of them have had to evolve emotionally, learning to channel their intensity into creation, not destruction. Astrologically, transits in 2022 and 2023 challenged their connection with Pluto and Uranus aspects, the planets of change and chaos. These cosmic tests often shake relationships to see if they're real or reactive, and yet through it all, the health scares, the distance, the fame, they stayed together. Because this kind of bond doesn't break easily. It bends, it transforms. The truth is, Kourtney and Travis's love was never meant to be calm. It was meant to wake them up, to burn away everything superficial and force them to face themselves through each other. That's why they feel like opposites, but act like mirrors. Every argument, every reconciliation, every tear is part of their soul's evolution. They're not here to be comfortable, said one astrologer. They're here to grow. And in the language of the stars, that's not a punishment. It's a blessing disguised as fire. Every great love story has a moment when the chaos fades and what's left is truth. For Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker, that moment wasn't about fame, attention, or rebellion. It was about healing, two souls finding the courage to grow together, even after years of pain. Their relationship didn't just change their lives, it transformed them. Before Travis, Kourtney had built walls that no one could climb. Years of heartbreak had left her cautious, guarded, and careful about who she let close. She'd learned to rely on control, of her time, her emotions, her space, because it was safer than chaos. But when Travis entered her world, he didn't demand to break those walls. He simply stood outside them, waiting, patient and steady. He never pushed her, said one insider. He made her feel like she didn't have to protect herself anymore. That's what the stars call Venus awakening, when love softens what pain has hardened. Travis didn't just love Kourtney, he reminded her what love could feel like when it's peaceful, loyal, and without games. She went from fear to freedom, from surviving to truly living again. For Travis, Kourtney wasn't just a new relationship, she was redemption. After surviving tragedy, loss, and years of inner chaos, he found someone who didn't need to fix him, just see him. His Scorpio soul, so used to intensity and secrecy, finally found transparency in her Aries light. She didn't ask him to hide the darkness, she made it safe for him to bring it into the open. She's the calm he never knew he needed, a close friend said, and he's the depth she never knew she could handle. Astrologically, this is the alignment of Pluto and Venus. Death and rebirth through love. Their connection forced both of them to confront what they feared most, vulnerability, and when they did, they came out stronger. When Kourtney and Travis married in Italy in 2022, the stars above them told the story perfectly. Venus and Jupiter were aligned, the two planets of love and blessing, symbolizing union, expansion, and divine timing. Astrologers noted it as a soul contract renewed. Their vows weren't just for this life, they were echoes of promises made before. You can see it in their charts, one astrologer explained. They came together to rewrite their story, to replace pain with peace. Love like theirs isn't easy. It's consuming, challenging, and relentless. But it's also sacred, the kind of love that teaches you to surrender without losing yourself. Kourtney learned that strength isn't about staying alone. It's about trusting again. Travis learned that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's the deepest kind of courage. And together they built something rare in Hollywood, a relationship not defined by image, but by energy. Their love became a mirror, reflecting every shadow, every light, every truth they once hid. And through that reflection, they found peace. They didn't fall in love to be perfect, an astrologer said. They fell in love to evolve. Some people meet by chance, others meet because the universe decides it's time. For Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker, love was never random. It was written, not in tabloids, not in scripts, but in the alignment of stars that waited years for the right moment. Their story isn't just about romance or celebrity, it's about transformation. Two souls who walked through their own versions of chaos and somehow found peace in each other's fire. Astrologers can describe the aspects, the transits, the chemistry, but what they can't measure is the human part of it. The part where Kourtney learned to trust again, the part where Travis learned to feel safe in vulnerability, the part where both realized that love doesn't erase pain, but it gives it meaning. Every planet in their charts tells the same story: destruction followed by rebirth. They were never meant to be calm, they were meant to be awake, because some connections aren't designed to be perfect, they're designed to be real, to test, to heal, and to remind us that fate isn't a guarantee, it's an invitation. The stars opened the door, they chose to walk through it, and that's the beauty of this story. Not that the universe gave them each other, but that they had the courage to say yes when it did. So what do you think, Hush Hush fam? Were Kourtney and Travis destined to find each other, or did they create their own destiny one moment at a time? Leave your thoughts below, like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you on the next one, only on Hush Hush Fame.